Busy news day, no doubt.
The Dan Yorke State of Mind program is brought to you in part by Lookout Rhode Island and Taco Comfort Solutions.
It was a few months ago that I was on the radio talking about these, well, it's usually January, right, when these knuckleheads decide to plunge into the depths of the ocean at gosh knows what temperature. Actually, it's something I've always wanted to do, but the temperature's got to be right. Anyway, we're going to meet a couple of plungers here this evening to talk about their efforts for the Special Olympics and more. And they've got important careers too. We might have a little chat about that. Great to have you aboard. Thanks very much for tuning in to My State of Mind. This is the first show and only show I think this week that's actually being recorded on the day it's being aired. We're just having one of those days where, one of those weeks where schedules and snowstorms and fake snowstorms, fake news, fake snowstorms come into play. So I think everyone's probably been a little bit discombobulated this week. But this is Thursday, and I'm talking to you on Thursday, which means I can talk to you about a couple of things that are going on. And I think in a lot of people's minds, in addition to the weather, which we'll get to, is the decision by Dan Hurley to leave the University of Rhode Island. Headline here, he's going to UConn. And I think for a lot of people that's a stake in the heart, because I think there was a lot of conversation, and I was absolutely part of it, that we were making URI a UConn. Now, the problem in collegiate sports is that it's all about money, or the wonderful thing, depending on who's getting the check, right? But football programs inspire a lot of the spending, and UConn is much further ahead and much bigger when it comes to football programs, so they're in a conference where there's a lot more money kind of spilling around. Don't forget, Connecticut's broke. I'm talking about the state. The state's broke, but UConn has, $70, $80 million a year that they spend on athletics, and they found a way to lure Dan Hurley, and I understand. And I never bought, even though I feel an affection for Dan, I never bought this statement after the Duke loss.
During one of our conference games, the student section was yelling at our bench, that, hey, your coach is going to X school. And Fats Russell asked me after the game, was I coaching the next game? So I had a conversation with him. The players internally, everyone knows, where my head is at.
His head was at winning, but these coaches are not like different specimens than you and I. If we have an opportunity to do something else, we're always thinking about it. Now, you compartmentalize and you put it away, but clearly these things don't happen bang, bang, bang days after your final ball game if there hasn't been some contemplation of it and your agent working the scene and all of that. And it's okay. It's all okay. Now, I hope Danny comes up here for kind of a final goodbye. He may not. I think he has a press conference at UConn tomorrow. We tape early in the afternoon, and there was a conversation about a URI press conference at 2 o'clock. We may have some information about that. I'm not so sure that will definitely happen. It may or may not. But here's the thing. The program is elevated to a point where it has become a destination place for college basketball. And there will be a terrific coach, either on staff and or new named. And the key is that once you've tasted this kind of success, you have to keep reinvesting in the future of the success. And I don't have any doubt in my mind the administration, Dr. Dooley and Thor Bjorn, the athletic director there, are going to do what they need to do to keep this thing going. Sometimes I don't care what the offer is, and the reports are that URI extended themselves by another $1 million and a practice facility promise and all that kind of stuff. No matter how far you reach, nature just kind of takes its course. So I think everybody ought to thank Hurley for his leadership and some great entertainment and putting URI on the map once again on a national level, and smile because you don't have to go backwards. Now, granted, I'm part of the program in a sense. I'm the public address announcer at URI, and I have a deep affection for the administration, including Thor Bjorn, the athletic director. So there might be a little cheerleading in this commentary. At the same time, I think it's practical to suggest that URI does not have to go backwards, and I don't think it will. All right, on the weather, this was headlines, the governor closing state offices, blah, blah, blah. In the midst of this, the Westerly superintendent apologized for his decision to close schools yesterday. Governor Armando trying to play it cool with the press, explaining why everything happened the way it did yesterday.
It's funny, I was with a few teachers and they all thanked me because they remembered 2007 when kids were stuck in school buses, and that's what we were trying to avoid. Hindsight is easy. The storm was tricky, but we made the best decision we could with the information we had at the time, and we played it safe. And when you're talking about kids on school buses, you want to play it safe.
Baloney. Okay, just B-O-L-O-N-E-Y. Substitute whatever word you want in the comfort of your own home. This is about playing it safe with your re-election. Because she is petrified, absolutely petrified, about a December debacle, which could cause her 38% favorability rating to dip to 34. Everything the governor does these days is calculated. Everything she does is manipulated for her success in re-election. Everything about her re-election is calculated for her national success and joining a team on a national level. So don't tell me. The weather people were talking about this being a late afternoon, early evening thing, early in the morning yesterday. So she closed down the whole doggone state. And what were the supers supposed to do? Send the kids to school? Look, the economy matters. Remember? Bill Clinton says the economy's stupid. Well, I'm not calling anybody stupid here, but I want the governor to know we're not stupid. And I would like some genuine conversation from her just once. Politics is a beautiful sport, isn't it? Speaking of sports. And moving on to the national level, I don't know, what is this, the WWF? Really? Joe starts it. Of course, His Honor has to finish it. Wait a second. We don't need that first. We need the audio first. Let's go to the audio first. The audio started this whole thing.
Who ended up becoming our national leader, said I can grab a woman anywhere and she likes it, and then said I made a mistake. They asked me would I like to debate this gentleman. I said no. I said if we were in high school I'd take a gun to the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Joe Biden more or less suggesting he could take the president out the woodshed. He should be smarter than that. He's his own form of loose cannon. Well, maybe it's old age at this point. All due respect to those of you who are senior than me. But of course, His Honor couldn't resist, right? And here's the tweet. Crazy Joe Biden's trying to act like a tough guy. Actually, he's weak on both a mental and physical level. He threatens me for the second time with physical assault. He doesn't know me. He'd go down fast and hard, crying all the way. Don't threaten people, Joe. Look, they both walk around with Secret Service. Maybe Biden has a lesser crew right now, right? If he runs again, he'll have a bigger crew. This is, everyone can say, I'll kick your, if you don't have a chance to do it. These guys are 70-plus-year-old men. And one of them is the current president of the United States of America, who's already told us that he doesn't really care much about looking like a president. And today, he once again proved it. He looks pretty good there. He's got a bigger problem. Today, his attorney decided, I'm done with you. According to the New York Times, John Dowd, personal attorney, resigns because he can't get the president to do what the heck he wants him to do. Gee. What a surprise. The heat's on a lot of different levels for the President of the United States. And he wants to go fight Joe Biden. Perfect. When we come back, we'll meet some Super Plungers. If you don't know what that is, stay tuned.
The dust just settled from our very first plunge of the 24, and it was by far the coldest I've ever been part of. There were 14 Super Plungers all going in the water at the same time. It was painful, but it was a great group on the beach there to support us, and there were a lot of athletes, and that's what kept us fired up to go in. It's a little daunting to think about the sun going down and it getting even colder, but there is nothing we wouldn't do for the people that we love and support through Special Olympics.
I feel like we ought to turn the heat up in the studio just watching that, for heaven's sake. The good chief of police in Richmond is here. That's you narrating.
Yes.
Yes. I don't know what to say. Congratulations, you're crazy. You're going to do this again. What is the matter with you people?
You're crazy is probably the most accurate.
You're crazy?
You're crazy is probably right out there.
Oh, and Detective Leclerc is from Cranston and also part of this loony bin. What are you guys called? You're called Super Plungers? Is that what you're called?
Affectionately, yes.
Affectionately?
Yes.
welcome, by the way. Nice to, and thank you for your service to your respective communities. By the way, where did this concept start? What is the origin of this being a thing?
So it started in another state. Maryland has really the longest running and most successful Super Plunge. They raise over $2 million.
Yeah, 2.5 this year.
Wow.
Larger state, more participants, but everything that you do on behalf of a charity has to start at some point. And it's usually just a little period on the end of a sentence, and that's what happened in 2013. I started the first one in 2013, and it's grown from there. Eric jumped on the second year, and it is the most painful thing I've ever done. It's
the problem is not your television. The most painful thing you've ever done.
Yes, in a 24, 48-hour period, yes. Like the State Police Academy was brutal, but this was so.
And you are, people say you're retired state police.
Yes. And
became the chief in Richmond. What do you mean? Isn't it just like in and out and let me have a hot chocolate?
We call that the one and done.
Yeah.
And that's like you get psyched up to go in at noontime usually on
Right.
January 1st, which is how most of us got our start.
Right.
This is, in March, the water's actually colder.
Because it's cumulatively.
Correct.
Got it.
Overnight temperatures for the entire winter. By the time we get in there, it's anywhere from 33 to 39 degrees. Anytime the water gets below 40 and you're not dressed properly, it all feels the same. It just hurts. It feels like you're being stabbed anywhere you have skin. And then as soon as you get out, the pain's kind of gone. It's dissipated. But it's the sleep deprivation. It's your body contracts and the adrenaline's flowing, and then you come back into the shelter, you get warm. By the time you get comfortable and you kind of get your extremities back, the alarm goes off and it's time to suit up and go back out into the cold. So it's that 20...
Okay, so the concept, you guys are doing this how many times?
24 times, with once an hour for 24 hours. So. And it's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. It seems like every year it's been low tide, so you're running out a couple 100 yards just to get to the water, and then you need to go another 50, 60 feet into the water, so because we all have to plunge underneath the water or we don't count it. So just to get out, to get deep enough.
You ever had a false alarm where you go out, you just didn't execute well and it didn't count? You just keep going until it counts?
We've had some near medical emergencies where we're slipping on ice because as the tide goes out, it leaves water on the beach that actually freezes up. Last year, the wind chills actually took the temperature feel like down to -14, and it was really daunting. We actually thought about calling it, but we had an athlete on our team for the first time, a Special Olympics athlete. He was the only person on the entire team of 20 people that did not complain the entire night. We drew inspiration from him. And
then you get sandblasted when you come out of the water with the winds, especially at 2 in the morning.
Okay, well, can I just ask a really dumb question? It won't be the first time I do that.
As long as you don't mind a dumb answer, that's fine.
Why?
I'll tell you what, I'm a parent of a Special Olympic athlete, and 2009 I was deployed to Iraq, and I came home and I was proposed to my wife, who has my stepdaughter Sophia. She has Down syndrome. So I brought her, at the time she was 6 years old, sorry. I brought her over to the park, to an elementary school where I grew up in. And she wanted to play with the kids. There's a group of kids playing, and she was trying to fit in with them, and they wanted nothing to do with her because of her disability. One kid ended up starting to play with her and talked with her. Another child came up and basically said, "Why are you playing with that retard?" I was mortified. I mean, I was home for about maybe 3 weeks, and I was just mortified. So his parents weren't around, which was a good thing, because I don't know what I would have done. But I took my daughter out, went home, and sports were a big thing in my life. So I'm like, you got to get her into something. But you look around at the time, I mean, she was small, and it's really nothing we could get her into. So I knew about Special Olympics through the law enforcement torch run, so I made some contacts, and we got her into Special Olympics. And it's just to see the quality of the programs that they put on for people like my daughter. It's insane. Now she has a life. Like just the other day, she started basketball, and I called my boss, told him I was going to be late because my daughter had her first game. So he's like, oh, you must be proud, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I am a proud father. And the reason is she would never play on a high school. She's in high school now. She would never play on a high school team. But through the unified program, she has an opportunity. So it's good that way I can go to work and talk with other colleagues who are always talking about their kids and the sports they play. You know, you can fit in as a parent and have those conversations. So
there you go. I mean, I can't keep the lump out of my throat whenever I hear him.
Well, yeah, Chief, you know, it's not really the answer to the question I was asking, but it's the best answer I've had on this television show in a long, long time. We'll be right back. It's great stuff. Welcome back. Okay, so now that we've all had a chance to regroup, that motivation is clear. And Detective, I got to tell you, one of the most important segments I think we've had in a long time. But I'm still going to ask you, why 24 hours?
It's a good way to
plunging. Oh my God!
It's a good way to raise awareness. I mean, there's many plunges on January 1st, which is one and done.
With compelling causes behind them, no doubt.
Right.
If I go to work and tell someone I'm going to go do a plunge, oh yeah, that's nothing, blah blah. Then you say I'm going to be plunging once an hour for 24 hours. Why?
It raises the bar.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, so clearly it's a fundraiser. How are you doing with the money? Right now you're seeing this on Thursday night. You guys are doing this on Sunday.
Yes.
Correct.
So
Saturday through Sunday. Yes.
Saturday through Sunday. Right, so this 24-hour thing. So let me get this up, because I don't want to run out of time. Where can people send you money? Where can they sponsor and support this whole thing?
SpecialOlympicsRhodeIsland.org. They can find a link there, or firstgiving.com, and they can look for the 11th annual Rhode Island Torch Run Plunge.
Okay, so that information will be on our website at foxprovidence.com. We'll link all of that, so you can, again, foxprovidence.com, where you can see the show posted in the evenings in perpetuity. How many participate in this?
This year we have 21. There's 16 Super Plungers from Rhode Island, and we have New England brothers and sisters coming down from other police agencies around New England who think like us and understand this program and what it does for people. I mean, you just talked about it in your earlier segment. Bad behaviors on television, bad behaviors in our government, it's everywhere. Special Olympics athletes, people with intellectual disabilities are the best examples of how you're supposed to celebrate life and enjoy life and treat other people. They're accepting and tolerant of one another and us, and they have your back. It's infectious. It's hard to be around them and not feel inspired, and that's why we do it.
How many kids do you have?
I have 4 stepchildren, but Sophia is the only stepchild that lives with me.
Okay.
The rest are older.
I'm sure she's a joy.
She's unbelievable.
She's a superstar.
It's a nonstop. Chief, how many kids do you have?
I have 4.
Okay. They're all healthy?
Yes. One of them doesn't like to take a bath or shower, but they're healthy. He's 12, and he'll get over that.
Well, how old are your kids?
18, 16,
okay,
12.
So you've been through. You're in the middle of the. You're in the middle of the crisis.
I'm in the thick of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, in a way, I'm sure the challenges with health and well-being and all of that are a lot of pressure, but nonstop joy, right?
That's it.
For the most part.
Yeah.
It's something.
Every day is a challenge, but it's a great challenge, you know, and just to watch her grow. And not only that, I coach Special Olympics, and I've seen so many kids like go from little shy, frail kids to now they're young adults, and you know they have everyone has purpose, but they have a drive and motivation.
And they also have wisdom. I've noticed that they in all the time we've had plenty of shows, and I've met so many you know, young people and not so young people that are categorized now as Down syndrome. There's a wisdom about them, a simple thought process that kind of clears out a lot of the crap that we put into the way we think about it.
That's the irony of it for me, is that, you know, they are intellectually disabled, but they see it clearer than anybody else.
Right.
You take people who don't have disabilities, and we're lost on things that don't matter. We obsess about things that are kind of trivial, and we let it kind of take over our lives. And when you're with an athlete, you're with a person who is supposedly disabled, they teach you how to see, which it blows me away.
And being in law enforcement, which is no simple exercise.
No.
Right? I mean, you guys have very complicated lives. You're out busting cases all the time, right? Trying to figure out who did what. And you've been on both platforms, the state police and running your own organization. I'm guessing that this is respite.
This recharges batteries. I mean, not much rest over this weekend coming up.
No, this is nuts. You two are certifiable about this, but just the idea that you know, you're with these athletes or you're supporting these athletes, and of course the Olympics coming up at URI in June are something. If nobody's been, you just want to.
That's how I.
You want to feel good about your life.
Yeah.
Just clear some of the garbage out.
Yeah.
Go down to URI for the Olympics. It's amazing, right?
And there's 3 area games prior to that. One at Bryant, one's at Hendricken, and there's one at Rogers in Newport, and it's an amazing experience. Just go out.
Now, actually.
The parents will enjoy that you're there supporting their children.
And this guy, DeJesus, does a pretty good job running this organization.
He's a great spokesperson, and
He's amazing.
He champions, you know, their cause and celebrates their existence and what they're doing. It's a year-round program, and it benefits. And Eric nailed it. You see these children come in, you know, shy, frail, with limited social circles, and you watch them blossom as human beings. Right. A lot of times you donate to a worthy charity, and you don't see the impact of your money. Here, it's self-evident.
All right, look, it's Salty Brine Beach. It's this weekend. I'm sure you can make contributions on location too. If you
Absolutely.
Pop down. You can come on down with, you know, your beer money. It's a couple good bars right there anyway, and enjoy the effort. I might just take a ride myself because I want to see crazy in person if I can swing it. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And thanks for coming. Thanks for sharing. Final word. We've got a kind of an important show up tomorrow. Stay with us. All right, so there's this thing called the, it's a grant program. I hesitate. I don't know why what? Lexi doesn't want me to say it. For some reason, I feel comfortable on the radio with this term that I coined for the legislative grant program, but she thinks it's something that the censors will. I don't think so. It's 7:30 anyway. I have a nickname for the legislative grant program that I've been using for the better part of, I don't know, every year that I've been here, which is some 18 plus years. And I gave up on this about 4 or 5 years ago. I gave up on banging the drum about the legislative grants, which I think are really the fool's gold in good government in this state. Because when your legislator comes around with $500 for the Johnny Cake Center and gets a cheesy picture in the local weekly newspaper and shows it, everyone thinks that they're connected. But what you don't understand is what they have to do to get those grants and what they do to sell out for $9 billion worth of spending and priorities in this state. Tim White, actually, has done quite a piece this week on the legislative grants and is on the show tomorrow. Here's a preview.
Quiz you. What town in Rhode Island is #1 on the list in terms of per capita grant?
Cranston.
That's right. And that's because?
Matteo, the Speaker.
Well, you say that's why, but he happens to live in Cranston, and he is the House Speaker.
The irony is the Speaker of the House admitted this week on the radio that he could end the program if the Senate would. Another badge of courage. We'll see you tomorrow on the radio at 3. Bye.